Okay, so Jai Hind students. Today I am going to discuss the topics of the unit 1, and this is the second lecture. So, in continuation of the first lecture, now in this lecture we will cover the different activities that are performed during the software project management. That means, what are the major activities that are performed during the management of a software project. So, first let us see what are the management activities. Okay, what are the activities that are performed in management of any type of project. That may be software, that may be hardware, that may be any other projects, civil projects, construction of bridges, malls, buildings. Okay, so these are the some activities that are related to the management. That means, when we talk about management, so these activities certainly come in picture. So these involve the following activities. First is the planning. First one is the planning. So planning means this is the deciding what is to be done. That means what you want to do. That is the planning. Okay, because you know that the first part of any type of project is what you want to do. Okay, that means what are the things that you want to complete in that project. Basically, you can say you have to decide the objective aim of that particular project. Okay, so this is the objective, deciding what is to be done. So that is the planning. That means, first of all, you have to plan. Then organizing. We are talking about the management practices. Okay, activities in that is involved in management. We are not talking about the software management. Okay, we are generally talking. This is the general things that when we talk about the management, then what are the activities we have to perform. Organizing means making arrangement, because first of all you have to plan, you have to decide what you want to do, then you have to arrange all the resources that are needed to complete that task. For example, suppose you are going to arrange a small birthday party. Okay, so in that birthday party you have to decide first of all what you want to do. That means what means how many people you want to invite. Then when you ensure that these are the numbers for whom we have to make the arrangement, the next one is the organizing. That means we have to organize all the things that are required. That means making arrangement of their their foods and their livings. Okay, all these things. So similarly, in the project, in any kind of project, okay, first of all you have to decide what you want to do, and next step is making the arrangement of the resources that are required. Then staffing, that is very important. Selecting the right people for the job. Okay, so first you decide what you want to do, then you arrange all the resources required for that project, and then you have to select appropriate personnel that are required to perform the different tasks. That means you have to build a team, you have to select the right people for the job. Okay, and the fourth one is the directing. That means giving the instructions. That means when you are assigning the different tasks, different people, then you have to give the instructions, you have to give some command that every member of the team, what are their responsibilities, what are their accountabilities, what are the different tasks that they have to perform. These are the directing steps. Next, monitoring. Monitoring means, that is very important. That means what you have planned, that is going on as per your expectation or not, you have to check. Okay, so that is the monitoring step, checking on progress. So everything is checking whether everything is going on right or not. Controlling. That means if there is some lack, if there is some problem that is observed during the monitoring step, then you have to take some remedial actions to control that situations, so that you can bring your project on the track. Then innovating. So innovating is coming up with the solution when problem emerge. Okay, when some certain type of problem emerge, then you have to take some innovative solutions. That means you have to think some innovative ideas by which you can control that situations, you can resolve the problems. Representing. That is the last step in the management practices. That is the liaising with the client, user, developer and other stakeholders. So you have to communicate, you have to make the communication during the development of that project, development of some project, so that you can know the requirements of the clients, stakeholders, everything, meanwhile the development also. Software project management consists of many activities that include planning of the project, deciding the scope of product, estimation of cost in different terms, scheduling of tasks, etc. Let us see. These are the major activities. That is very important. There are the total 8 activities that need to perform in software project management. That is the project planning and tracking. First one, planning means you have to establish the objective. You have to establish the very clear, precise and well defined aims of the project. Project resource management. Then you have to make the arrangement of all the resources. Different kind of resources you have to arrange. That is the project resource management. That may be human resources, different type of skills you have to include, different type of technologies that are required to establish that project, that you have to include, cost, time, effort, all these. So you have to manage the resources. Then the scope management. The third one, that means you have to define the scope of the management. Then fourth one, estimation management. That is very important. That means you have to estimate the different parameters that are required during the development, like cost, okay, cost of the particular means project, time duration of the project, effort estimation. So these are the basic estimations that you have to perform. What are that? First of all, size of the project, then effort of the project, duration of the project and the cost of the project. These are the 4 basic parameters that you have to estimate during the development of the project. Yeah, you can say at the very start of the development of project. Then project risk management. This is the 5th step, project risk management. Project risk management, what is the risk? Risk is the uncertainties that may arise during the development of any project or any task. Undesired situations that may arise, that you cannot avoid, you cannot means avoid that particular situations. That is known as risk. You know that in common, very general risk are the natural disasters, okay, That means earthquake, flood. These are the undesired situations, or you can say that these are the uncertainties that may arise at any time. So, you have to plan that uncertainties at very start of the project, so that if that type of risk may occur, then you can easily come out from that. That means your system should not crash at all. Your system should have the capacity to overcome that particular risk. That is the risk management. Okay. In term of software project, this risk may be human resource. Okay. That means in a particular team that are working on a particular project, it may be possible that meanwhile the development of project, some key personnel left the organization. Okay. So, that is a risk that may arise. You cannot predict at very start that arise or not arise. That are the uncertainty that may arise, that you have to plan. You have a proper backup, so that your system should not crash at all. Scheduling management. Scheduling management is a process, that means you have to schedule the different activities. Okay, because a project is a set of activities, number of tasks are going on. So, you have to schedule, you have to make a proper order among all these activities. That is the scheduling management. In this, Gantt chart tool are used in the software engineering. Project communication management. This is the step, this is the activities in which you have to communicate among the different, you have to establish a communication among different stakeholder of the project. Okay. Stakeholder means the personnel who have direct or indirect interest in completion of a particular project, that is the stakeholder. And that may be customer, that may be development team, that may be some end user, that may be sponsors. Configuration management, that is the 8th step. Configuration management. What is the configuration management? Because you know that in any kind of software or project, always there is a chance of improvement, there is a chance of enhancement. So, in software project, once you feel that this project is not as per expectations, it may be after some times, after means 2 years after development, 3 years after development, 1 year after development. So, you can release a new version. New version means you want to enhance some feature, some additional features, and you release a new version of that particular software. So, that is known as the configuration management. Okay. That means you have to configure the project, and when required, you have to release the new versions of that particular project along with some additional feature, improved features. So, these are the details I have already discussed. Project plannings, it is a set of multiple process, or we can say that it is a task that perform before the construction of the product start. That is the planning. That means you have to establish the objectives. Scope management, it describes the scope of the project. Scope management is important because it clearly defines what would do and what would not. So, scope management creates the project to contain restricted and quantitative tasks, which may merely be documented and successively avoid price and time overrun. Estimation management, as I have already told, there are the number of factors that you have to estimate, like first off, size of the project, okay, size of project, then time duration of the project, then effort, and lastly the cost of the project. And if we talk about the cost, it includes all these elements like size of software, quality, hardware, and communication, training, additional software and tools, skilled manpowers, all these are included in the cost. Scheduling management. Scheduling management in the software refer to the activities to complete in a specified order within time slot to each activities. That means each and every activities have a should have a proper time slot, and they are arranged by using the precedence graph, activity networks. For scheduling, it is compulsory. Find out multiple tasks and correlate them. Divide time into units. Assign the respective number of works unit for the every job. Calculate the total time from start to finish. Break down the project into different modules. Project resource management. So, in software development, all the elements referred to as a resource for the project. It can be human resource, productive tools, softwares, technologies, libraries. Resource management include create a project team, assign responsibility and accountability to every team member. Developing a resource plan is derived from the project plan, adjustment of the resources. Then the project risk management. As I have already told, risk is the undesired situations or the uncertainties. So, that include identification of the risk, analyzing and preparing of the plan for the risk, and then remedies of the risk. Okay. Several points show the risk in the project, like experienced team leave the project and the new team join it. It may be possible at any time. Change in requirements. It may be that meanwhile the development, customer come and say that please change this module. That should be like this. Okay. That is also a risk you have to manage. Change in the technologies and the environment, market competition. So, all these are the type of some risk that can be managed during the development. Project communication management. Communication is an essential factor in the success of project. It is a bridge between client, organization, team members, and as well as other stakeholders of the project, such as hardware suppliers, software suppliers. From the planning to closure, communication play a vital role in all the phases. Communication must be clear and understood. Miscommunication can create a big blunder in the project. So, that should be properly managed. That is a very important activities in the project development. Project configuration management. Configuration management is about the control, the changes in the software like requirement, design, development of the project. Okay, I have already told you that if later on you feel that there should be some improvement in quality, in security, in requirement, in design, you can change and you can release a new version. So, that is the concept of configuration management. Some reasons show the need for configuration management, like several people work on software that is continually updated, help to build coordination among suppliers, change in requirements, budget, schedule need to accommodate, software should run on multiple systems. So, these are the some basic needs due to which a project team have to properly manage the project configuration. Okay. So, in this lecture, we have discussed different activities that are performed in the management, as well as what are the basic major steps activities that are performed during the software project management. Okay, thank you all.